for these men's varsity eights.
Let's be clear that in club rowing, all the money means all the money they've paid.
All the money they've paid, yeah.
No one is funding this for them. Alumni help, maybe. The athletic departments of these schools are generally not giving a lot of money to the program. So,
again, top of your screen, we have Orange Coast out of California, UCLA, the reigning champions of this event, Notre Dame, Virginia, Purdue, and Rutgers, oldest established program here.
Virginia's had a very fast 8 all year. Notre Dame has some amazing erg scores in that boat and has been rowing gorgeously.
I think we're about 10 seconds from the start here.
And any time that we might start. And there they go, and they're off. So exciting to see. Again, these first 5 or 6 strokes getting up to speed. Now they're in an opening sprint. Most of them are going to be up about 46, 47 beats per minute. Sometimes if you can make 44 work, you do that. Virginia, rather high, and driving their bow ball out in front. Notre Dame hasn't been particularly fast off the start necessarily, but they'll hit a base. This Virginia crew, though,
they've been fast the rest of the way.
They've been fast the rest of the race.
UCLA and UVA are doing whatever they can to establish themselves early so that Notre Dame has to walk back through them, because I think if Notre Dame gets a bow ball ahead and gets over 4 seats ahead of the other crews, I think everyone's just hanging on so they don't walk away.
Absolutely.
Based on the racing we've seen,
so far,
and semis.
And Virginia here, not only known for sculling, but known for really fast starts.
Known for really fast starts and fantastic sweeping.
And so now about a minute in, we're going to see some base speed. But at the start, which won't win you a race, but could lose you a race, no one's lost a race here in this start at all. We have UCLA and Virginia up in the lead. A little splashy there in Virginia's oars. I think that could just be the way that this is. Yeah, I'm going to say a little splashy. But as they lengthen out into the base a little bit, that will tighten up. Perhaps they're still in a mid-shift before they're hitting their base. And we're starting to see Notre Dame move up a little bit there into UCLA, pulling even and using UCLA to try and move into Virginia. But the Cavaliers here having definitely extended a little bit more of a start. You know, when I've seen them win ACRA, this is exactly what they've looked at in the beginning, and I think Frank thinks he has a crew that can win.
Oh, I'm sure he does, and he should feel that way. And I think Notre Dame's trying to use that walk up on UCLA as a bit of a slingshot to propel them forward. UCLA still laying down a fantastic base pace, not letting UVA get away from them, but in the meantime, dropping Orange Coast off a little bit, trying to separate open water, which means UVA will have open water on them. Although on the near side of the screen, that means Purdue and Rutgers are still hanging on their bows on UVA's turn. So we are almost to the 1,000 here.
But what normally happens in these finals, you get 3 or 4 crews sort of in the race, and they pull each other away. Some very nice tight rowing there out of that UCLA crew.
I think it's fantastic. It looks like they're a beat below Notre Dame and still withstanding that walk that I can see the Notre Dame coxswain is calling out, get me the next seat.
She's looking to both sides there, absolutely. Head on a swivel there, trying to see where they get. This is about the point 3 minutes in where you do really start calling the other crew.
Yeah.
In the first 500, there's no point in calling them because you don't know where they're going.
Rapidly approaching the 12:50 mark. If you are here at the course, come down to the shore and watch this. This race is going to be over before you know it. And now we have 3
Virginia
crews.
Still a little bit out in front, just barely, but UCLA putting their bow ball up. And
here comes Notre Dame.
That Notre Dame rowing is so patient right now. And look at the size of those guys.
And I didn't know they had a bucket in the stern 4. No wonder there's so much speed getting caught. That is, and it's so long. I just pointed out, I think they're a beat ahead of UCLA, and they're still looking long on the stroke. These boats are cruising through the water. These 3 crews on this screen look neck and neck. It looks like Notre Dame's establishing maybe 1 seat ahead of the boats next to them, but Virginia's responding. UCLA's responding.
UCLA is coming. So Virginia is high to do this. I think UCLA still has a little bit of an advantage because they have someplace that they can go. Virginia's just been laying it out. They've now you can see the splashy is gone off of their oars. They're down into the part of the rate where they just have to be as efficient as they can. And you look at all three of those crews within a seat here. UCLA putting a move on, their bowman looking over. Notre Dame saying, no, I don't think we're going to have any of that. And Notre Dame has four guys, like one guy way under 6 minutes and three other guys right on it or pretty close. So they have some engine to go to in that boat. It's why they've been so fast all year.
These UVA guys are big too. The UCLA guys are just absolutely ripping it on this stroke here, and they're not quite trading bows, but it's so close. It's coming between tenths of seconds. It looks like if this sustains when we hit the last 250, it's going to be hundreds of seconds deciding between the top three spots.
Absolutely. And to have three crews in the race changes the complexity, because you can't just get one guy. You don't know what the next guy's going to do.
Yeah, and we're in the red buoys already, 5:11 mark, less than 250 meters to go. Notre Dame and UCLA are starting to move up on UVA.
And they're within, not even a full seat of each other. Here's where we're going to see, I think Notre Dame just has an extra gear that they get to play with right here, and you're starting to see it. But this Virginia crew is digging in and trying to go hard. This is a heck of a race. Still, I think we're going to get much closer race than a lot of us thought was going to happen. And there you go. There's the move from Notre Dame right there to win
their first national
Virginia
championship.
Pulls out and gets second, just over UCLA. Really tight. Notre Dame in a 5:47.
Unbelievable.
5:47 would get you into at least the petite final at the IRA.
So that
Virginia
means,
at a 5:48.
Oh my God.
UCLA at a 5:48.
That's
just
remarkable.
Completely ridiculously fast times. I know it's different water, but the Eastern Sprints is running today, and we should see what they're pulling up there.
And Orange Coast just came back. We didn't see them on the screen. They didn't look like this when they came by us. They came through and walked up on Rutgers and Purdue. 6 crews, all sub-6. So remember, the winning time in the B final was 6:05. Charlie, you've been around the ACRA a long time. How often do you see speeds this fast in the grand final, top to bottom?
3 crews in the 540s is unusual. The winning crew often has been 548, 545, maybe even 542. That mostly in Georgia. But Notre Dame just putting on a great race. Virginia going out like a rocket and working as hard as they could, hanging on mentally as the crews moved on them to move back through UCLA, who I'm pretty sure was up on them at one point by about 2 seats.
And they hardly separated on them. If this is 0.4 of a second, oh my God.
Absolutely, to come back UCLA with just a great race. It's it's really, really hard to
UVA over UCLA.
UVA near UCLA up top. And Notre Dame already through. I want to tell you how hard it is to come back and repeat the victory, right? And to win gold 2 years in a row is really quite hard. But UCLA came back and put themselves in the medals, and they'll come back next year just a little bit hungrier.
Yeah, this program is only on the rise right now.
Right, but all 6 crews under 6 minutes. The class of the speed, that Michigan crew 6:05 in the petite final. I do think the wind came down a little bit, but also you just get into that crew. In fact,